Yes, you do. And we're back. We're ready to answer your computer technical, streaming, and cyber security questions. You're listening to a Faster PC live technical support. And we're here. We're ready to answer your questions. So give us a call, 772 340 1590. Again, 772 340 1590. We've got a great show lined up for you. Number one is your questions and answering your questions and helping you out, helping you resolve your computer problems. And hey, we're here. We've got the live stream going on YouTube. So if you're listening on the radio, we are heard every Saturday here on WPSL 1590 on Florida's Treasure Coast. However, if you're listening on the radio, you want to be a part of this. You want to watch the live stream. We have the live stream going right now live on YouTube. Working on getting it going on Facebook. For some reason, I must have clicked something and closed out that tab. But anyway, we're here. We're ready to answer your questions. Number one today is answering your questions. So you know what? If your question is on any topic, it could be on computers, technology, streaming, or cybersecurity, we're going to cover that. We're going to answer it today. Even if we're talking about a different topic, that's fine. Your questions are number one. As long as you don't call like right before the show's over, we'll get you in. And here's the thing. There's certain things that we are going to talk about today, and if we can't get to them all, while the show is live on the radio, we'll actually have a bonus extended session on our live streams. And again, right now we're live on YouTube. Hopefully we'll get the Facebook stream going soon, but or before the end, maybe during our first break. But we're here live right now, ready to answer your computer questions. Now, one of the things that we get a question on quite often, and we did receive a question on this past week, is on the dark web. So what is the dark web? Are you on the dark web? There's a lot of advertisements out there saying, hey, your name might be on the dark web. Your email address, your password might be on the dark web. Your social security information may be on the dark web. In fact, if you subscribe to Norton products, even if you are paying them a lot of money each month or each year, they are going to actually try to sell you more, and one of the things they'll try to sell you is dark web monitoring. So what is the dark web, first of all, and how do you know whether your information is on the dark web? And if it is on the dark web, what can you actually do about it, if anything? So here's the thing. The dark web is actually kind of a secretive website or web location. There's a whole bunch of sites on the dark web. It was actually created by the U.S. military, and it was created so that they could send private messages to each other that are hard to trace. And the dark web, you can't get to the dark web in a normal browser like Microsoft Edge or Firefox or Google Chrome or Safari. You're not going to get there. You have to have a special browser to get to the dark web called a Tor browser. And when you're at the dark web, you're actually hopping from location to location to location. It's very difficult to track your location. And it's very difficult to track that you were actually there. Because of the anonymity of the dark web, there's a lot, and by the way, the U.S. military did give away the dark web to the world. They said, hey, anyone can use this. So in their infinite wisdom, I use that in quotes, obviously they're not on the level of God, and sometimes there are unintended consequences. Well, one of the big unintended consequences is that hackers and criminals use the dark web. You can literally buy anything on the dark web, including people. That's right, slavery is still legal in certain parts of the world, and even where it's not legal. Obviously, some of the people on the dark web don't care whether things are legal, and so you can actually even buy people. But definitely, your usernames and your passwords could be on the dark web. Your social security number could be on the dark web. Just think about this. Let's say you have a Yahoo account. Yahoo was one of the big email providers that was one of the first ones to be hacked. And by the way, when they were hacked, did they let you know that they were hacked? No, they didn't let you know. They kept you in the dark for over 2 years until it was apparent that usernames and passwords were leaked through this hack. So what happens is the information is gathered through a hack. Maybe it's someone hacks into Macy's computer and you have purchased something from Macy's, or someone hacks into Walmart's system and you've purchased something from Walmart. I'm not, by the way, picking on Macy's and Walmart. I'm not suggesting that they were a part of a breach. I know that Yahoo was. But there are major companies out there that you do business with, and if their system is hacked, potentially your username and password could be exposed. Also, if that website has information about your credit card information, that could be exposed as well. And sometimes one of the things we've notified and warned people about is that the average time that a hacker is on a system before they're detected, on a business system before they're detected, is actually 6 months. So just imagine how much information can be gathered within that 6 months. Well, what are the hackers going to do? First, they're going to try to utilize that information themselves. They're going to try to go to that website. Maybe it is a Yahoo account. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have some Yahoo accounts, and I really have never seen anything nefarious happening with my Yahoo accounts. But I have received multiple ones of my friends. I've received emails that were very suspicious. Like, hey, I'm stuck in England, and I lost my passport, and I need some money to actually get back to America. And, so what do? Well, you could call the person and see that. That's what you really should do. Don't send them money. Don't send them a gift card. Call them, find out if they're really in trouble, because that's a scam. But how did that come from that person's email address? It came from that person's email address because their email address and password were known. So, and what a lot of people do also is use the same password on multiple websites. So if you use the same password on multiple websites and a hacker knows your username and password, well, then they're going to go and they're going to say, hey, let's go to Facebook. Let's see if we can get into Facebook. And then your friends on Facebook will start receiving those kind of crazy messages as well. So the hackers will try to gain as much out of this as they can. After that, they will put your information and everyone else's information on the dark web, and they will put it up there for sale on the dark web. At that point, any hacker can actually gain access to your information. So how do you know if that information is on the dark web? Well, there are various tools and programs that you can subscribe to that will actually monitor the dark web and check your usernames and passwords. Your browser will do this, and if you have your username and password in your browser actually will notify you if some of those usernames and passwords have been on the dark web. Now, I will say we do not recommend putting your username and password into your browser. If you do put your username and password into your browser, and you also let a hacker into your computer, or somehow a hacker gets access to your computer, I can guarantee you within seconds, without them being on your computer, without you even knowing that it's happening, they will have access to every single username and password that you have saved. So what do we recommend that you do? We recommend that you use a secure password management system, and a secure password management system also that does monitor the dark web. We do actually have such a system, and it's affordable. It doesn't cost a huge amount of money. It's a monthly subscription. Those customers of ours that are on our managed plans, we allow them to pay monthly, or if they have a whole bunch of users, we'll allow them to pay monthly. Otherwise, if it's just a single user and you're not on our managed plan, we will bill you annually for that, just so because it's such a small amount, we're not going to try to track you down for a little bit of money if you don't pay. But it is just a little bit of money each month, and what it does, it actually provides a way that you can first of all create unique, complex passwords for every single site. Passwords that are so complex that you could not remember them if your life depended on it. I mean, obviously, maybe some people can really focus on one of those passwords, but just think about all the passwords you have. I mean, we have people that have books and they have passwords and the password's scratched out, and then they have another password and that's scratched out, and they have another password and that's scratched out. They might have 6 or 7 passwords, all of them scratched out, or maybe one of them's not scratched out, but that's not their current password because at some point they changed their password and they didn't write the new password down. So you have this situation here where it's difficult to keep track of all these passwords, and that's why people use the same password on every site. But this password management system actually has the ability to create a complex password for every single site. The only password you need to know is the password to get into the system, into that password management system. You also, in addition to the username and password, you can protect the account with multi-factor authentication. And here's the cool thing. It actually checks all of your usernames and passwords against the dark web. And when a username and password is on the dark web, it warns you and notifies you. Why is that important? Well, it's important so that you can actually go to that website and change the password so that if a hacker knows that password, they're not going to get into your system. Also, if you're using that same password on multiple sites, they also will warn you about that, and you can go out and you can change the password on those other sites as well. And they will warn you if you're using the same password on other sites. If you're interested in having that protection, give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here, we're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, A Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the
area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftEnd support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio, this is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions and problems. Hey, we're here. One of the things that we want to do is just to help you get your system up and running. So if you have a problem, if you have a question, maybe something's not working quite right on your system, if your question is related to computers, technology, streaming, or cybersecurity, you can give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, and a Faster PC live technical support will answer your computer, technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. And, again, your question doesn't have to be on a particular topic. It can be on any topic, and we will actually cover that. We'll go over it. And we have the live stream going on Facebook, and I am working on getting the live stream going we have it on YouTube right now, and I'm working on getting it going on Facebook also. And hopefully we'll be able to do that. I did start the live stream over on YouTube first, but I was able to establish the connection, so hopefully we'll get that up here in just a second for you. And I'm just pasting in the title of the show. But again, we want to answer your computer questions in the last segment of today's show. And by the way, I do want to mention that we do have, if you're interested in watching or learning how to watch the Final Four, the Sweet 16, all of this that's going on right now, this March Madness that's going on right now, we did cover that in a previous a Faster PC live technical support. You'll have to go back probably about a month ago, and we do have that up where you can actually watch that. So, and we do have the live stream going on Facebook as well right now. Now, one of the things that we have been doing is showing you how you can actually stream various content for free. Some of it for free, some of it does cost some money. So one of the things that we wanted to go over today is just how you can actually watch movies for free. And you can do this, by the way, on your computer, but you can also do it on a smart TV that has access to YouTube, or even better, if you have a Roku TV, or buy a Roku device for your TV, or an Amazon Fire Stick, or an Apple TV. These will all do this, although in my estimation, from looking at the various systems out there, the Roku is actually easier to use, and you may want to actually check that out. So I'm going to switch over, and I'll verbally describe this for those just listening on the radio, but just know, if you're listening on the radio, you want to actually see this, you can head over to our live stream, again, going over on Facebook and YouTube right now. You can actually also see this at your convenience after the show is over as well. It'll be on both of those, and you can get the links to both of those on our website. So what we're going to do here on Roku, so there are, by the way, first of all, there is the Roku channel. So we can actually go to the Roku channel. There's a lot of free content on Roku, including television shows, including various dramas, and then there's also movies as well. So here you see the Lone Wolf, Magna PI, Rifleman. Some of these are actually shows, and some of them are actually movies. And you see Doc Martin. So if we wanted to watch Doc Martin, we can actually do that. So you see here that you can actually watch it right now on the Roku channel, and this is free. There are a lot of movies available totally for free on the Roku channel. By the way, they do also have some movies that you would have to pay for. So if you're out there and you're saying, hey, I want to watch some of these, you'll actually be able to see some of those on the Roku channel. Now, in addition to the Roku channel, there's actually, let me click on the home screen on the remote. And on the remote, I'm clicking on the home screen. I'll go back to Tubi. So Tubi also is an app, and it has free content. And you can actually, with Tubi, you can actually watch movies and TV for free. And they do have an option. By the way, the Super Bowl was aired on Tubi, but you actually can watch live TV, or you can actually, we'll just click later on that. But you see here that there's various Denzel Washington, The Equalizer 2. There's various movies that are available for free. There's also television shows that are available for free on Tubi. And you'll be able to watch these all on Tubi, completely free as well. Now, if we go over, we can also go to Pluto TV. So Pluto TV is pretty cool. Everything on Pluto TV is free. There's a lot of oldies on Pluto TV. One of the things I've mentioned is that we used to, at some point, you can log in, no credit card ever needed. I'm just going to click not now. When you log in, you see the Andy Griffith Show here, but we can go back and we can actually choose some other. You see the Addams Family. But if we're going to movies here, we want to look for movies. So here's various movie channels that are out here, trending now. And you'll also have, you look up there at the Pluto Spotlight, you have Rain Man. So if we wanted to watch Rain Man, we'd be able to do that. There's a lot of other movie channels available. This, again, is completely free on YouTube, on Pluto. This is completely free on Pluto. You don't have to actually subscribe to anything. You don't have to pay any money. It's completely free. And now, if you're looking to watch a particular movie, there's a possibility you might have to pay, because one of the things, the content that's available for free does change over time. So if you watched Rain Man on Pluto today, next month or a month from now or 6 months from now or a year from now, you may actually not be able to watch Rain Man. You may actually need to watch something different, because they would have something different available. Here's Rocky Balboa. So you got a Rocky and Balboa channel that actually just shows the various programs, the various movies that are out there. You have Pluto Action. You have also Pluto Reaction, Pluto Fantastic, and that's got Spaceballs on it. Pluto Comedy, which is playing Legally Blonde right now. Pluto Drama, Pluto Romance. So if you're into romance, that's what you would want to watch. Pluto Black Cinema, Pluto Black Visionaries, Pluto Crime Movies, so you have all of that. Pluto Thrillers. You also have Pluto Horror. If you're into horror, I'm really not. Pluto Terror. Pluto 00's Replay. Pluto 90s Throwback, so if you're into 90s movies. Pluto's 80s Rewind. Again, a lot of movies from the 80s. Pluto's 70s Cinema. There's the Movie Channel, free on Pluto. And Movie Sphere by Lionsgate, Pluto Western. So if you're into Westerns, you can watch this again for free. Pluto Movie Classics. This is one of the things I love about Pluto. There's so many different genres, so many different types of movies that you can watch. Pluto Staff Picks, Pluto Flicks of Fury, and then you have also cult films. Children of the Corn is playing. Stephen King's Silver Bullet coming up. We'll go back out to the home screen. One of the things that you can watch also for free is YouTube. So it used to be that movies on YouTube were not free, or if you actually had movies on YouTube, maybe what it was someone had actually just put, and I'm not even seeing that YouTube is installed here. So we'll actually go through the process of installing YouTube, and you can see how to do this. So we're going to add an app. We're going to click on Add App. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down. Sometimes they'll actually show you certain apps, but we can also search. So we're just going to search, and we'll start typing in Y-O, and you see it actually pops up there. When we typed in the Y, it actually was there. So there's YouTube. So we're going to add the app. Now, depending on your Roku setup, you may have a pin. That would, by the way, prevent your kids from adding things. We've seen situations like that. I think I talked about that, how one of our family get-togethers, one of the mothers, one of my wife's cousins' mothers, brought her son over to see everyone because her son had used their account and downloaded a whole bunch of things, and it cost money, and he was trying to raise money, wanted to know if he could come over and wash someone's car or wash their house or do paint for them. And so it was kind of funny, but you might have a situation like that. If you don't have a PIN and you have kids in the house, they might actually purchase something if you have your card attached to it. So we're actually just going to get started here. Now, if you already have a YouTube account, you can actually link the account, and you see the QR code on the screen. I could actually scan that QR code, and that would launch that page, which the page is yt.be/activate, and there's an activation code. So I could add my YouTube account to this, or my Google account to this service. Now, by the way, Google does have a subscription where you pay. It's not a lot of money. You can watch things for free with ads, but you can also pay a little bit of money, and you can watch things without ads. And that would be linked to your account if you have subscribed to this. But we're gonna just use it signed out. So we're not going to be signed in. We're just going to go up here and search. And what we can search for is we can actually search for movies. And by the way, on my channel, I actually on my Google, or on my username, I actually do have a list of Christian, Bible, and family movies. But what we're going to do is we can actually just search for movies free. And there's a whole bunch of different types of movies. And again, some of these will be free. Some of them will actually cost money. So you see now in theaters, this is sponsored The Chosen. And so we click here and we can actually watch this. And they actually will show you this movie and you can watch it for free. So one of the things I was saying is that originally when Google, when YouTube, maybe if you go back 10 years ago, you would only see movies on YouTube if someone had actually copied the movie and uploaded it from their account, and it might be on YouTube just for a little bit until it's actually discovered that it's out there, and then Google would take it down. Well, and by the way, that's just that was a trailer on that one. But there are a lot of movies that you can watch, and so this is the Transformers that you can watch free with ads. There's Free Birds. Double Cross, you see some other movies. Now, if you're into family movies, if you're into Christian movies, if you're into Bible movies, if you're into horror movies, whatever you're into, you can actually search for that. What we'll do is actually go up here. You see there's even a place for the microphone, and I can press that. And it's asking me to allow microphone access, and I'm going to select that I want microphone access. Christian movies. Yeah, let me see. It's not actually doing it. So let me just actually clear this, and I'll actually just search for Christian movies. Or again, you might be interested in romance movies, whatever you're interested in. You see Christian or Christmas songs is coming up. So there's a lot of different options that's actually free on YouTube, and we can actually get here. The one thing, it is a little bit tricky, and you see here Christian movies did show up in the list. So I'll actually search for Christian movies, full movies. So here's one, As in Heaven, right before your eyes, every prayer. So Heaven's Match. So it has some romance, and it is a Christian movie as well. True Miracle. So you've got these movies here that you can watch for free. We just gave you many ways that you can watch movies for free without paying any money. So you know what? If you have streaming questions, you need a faster PC.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says Listen to A Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. That's right, and we are back ready to answer your computer technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. This is your last opportunity. If you want to be a part of today's show, you want to get your question answered, this is your chance. And if we don't hear from anyone in the next few seconds, we're actually going to go to discuss the latest cybersecurity threats, the biggest cybersecurity threats that are affecting us out there. And this is something that we do every single week. We actually... here at A Faster PC, we want you to be aware of the security threats that are out there. And one of the security threats that we warned you about last week was actually used in a cyber threat or cyber attack and was successful. And if those people had listened to this show, had watched this show last week, they would actually have been protected from that. Well, we're going to warn you about the biggest and most severe threats, the ones that are out there in the wild that are being seen, and we want to let you know and warn you about these. So here's the big one. There's a Google Chrome vulnerability that has led to espionage campaigns. So Google has addressed a significant security flaw in its Chrome browser, which was actively exploited in cyber espionage attacks targeting Russian media outlets and educational institutes. Discovered by Kaspersky researchers Boris Larin and Igor Kuznetsov which this vulnerability allows attackers to bypass Chrome's sandbox protection, facilitates the installation of sophisticated malware. The exploit was part of a campaign dubbed Operation Forum Troll, wherein victims were lured through phishing emails containing invitations to a forum named Primakov Readings. The security update version 134.0.6998.178 is being rolled out to Windows users and the Stable Desktop channel. Users are advised to update their browsers promptly to safeguard against potential threats. Now, in just a moment, we'll actually show you how you can update Google Chrome. If we don't have enough time here on the show while we're live on the radio, we'll actually extend the show to after and give a little bonus session, but hopefully we'll have the time for that. So what we're looking at also is that there is a click fix. In fact, we warned you about the click fix threat last week. Well, the click fix threat actually led to 100 car dealerships having a supply chain attack. So cyber criminals compromised the websites of over 100 car dealerships by infiltrating LES Automotive, a company providing video services to these dealerships. Instead of displaying vehicle videos, the attackers redirected visitors to a fake CAPTCHA page. Again, we warned you about this last week, instructing them to press specific keyboard commands. This action executed malicious code, bypassing traditional security measures, and led to the installation of Sectop Rat malware. Once infected, the malware could steal sensitive data, including cryptocurrency wallet credentials. To protect against such threats, users should be cautious of unusual CAPTCHA requests and avoid executing unfamiliar commands. Regularly updating software and using comprehensive security solutions can also help mitigate the risk. So here what happened with this is that a video provider that was used by 100 car dealerships, over 100 car dealerships, was actually infiltrated so that instead of playing the videos, it played a fake CAPTCHA page that actually redirected people to this fake CAPTCHA page, and then they were instructed into copying the code, running the code, which would have infected their computers. So over 100 dealers, the people coming to actually look at a car could have been infected. Many of them probably were infected. If they would have listened to, if they would have watched a Faster PC live technical support last week, they could have avoided that. So you want to watch this, especially this segment. And we do also roll this out to a separate video each week as well. So Windows passwords are under attack in a zero-day threat. So a newly discovered zero-day vulnerability poses a significant risk to Windows users by enabling attackers to steal password hashes without user interaction. This flaw, currently lacking an official patch, allows malicious actors to capture NTLM password hashes, potentially leading to unauthorized access and further exploitation. To mitigate this threat, users are advised to disable NTLM where feasible, enforce the use of complex, unique passwords, and remain vigilant against phishing attempts. Implementing network segmentation where different parts of the network, like let's say your video system is not connected to your computers, is important, and monitoring systems for unusual activity can help reduce the risk associated with this vulnerability. By the way, we have we can actually implement network segmentation for you, and we also have monitoring devices and monitoring software that can actually look for unusual activity. So If you're interested in that, just give us a call, 772-878-5978. There's a new campaign targeting Mac OS users. Cyber criminals have launched a sophisticated phishing campaign targeting Mac OS users, initially aiming at Windows users. The attackers have shifted focus to Mac systems following enhanced security measures by Microsoft and major browsers. Get that. Microsoft Windows, and your browsers on PCs are actually more secure than Macs and the Safari browser. They employ deceptive attacks, or they employ deceptive tactics, such as fake security alerts on compromised websites, claiming the user's computer is compromised and locked. Victims are prompted to enter their credentials, while malicious code freezes the web page to simulate a system lockdown. These phishing pages are often hoisted on trusted platforms, making them appear legitimate and harder to detect. To protect against such threats, users should verify the authenticity of security alerts, avoid entering credentials on suspicious sites, and keep their systems updated with the latest security patches. Also, implementing cyber awareness training, where you actually can be alerted, or where you can actually be instructed on how to look for and suspect, or how to look for and detect phishing emails and phishing pages, is invaluable. And we can help you with all of that here at A Faster PC if you need help with that. Hackers are using Microsoft's .NET MAUI for attacks. Criminals are exploiting Microsoft's .NET multi-platform app UI .NET MAUI framework to distribute sophisticated Android malware. This approach allows malicious code to be concealed within seemingly legitimate applications, making detection by traditional antivirus solutions more challenging. Notably, these threats store their code functionalities as binary blobs within assemblies, bypassing conventional Android app component analysis. One observed tactic involves multi-stage dynamic loading, where encrypted DEX files are loaded in stages to obscure the malicious payload. Additionally, attackers manipulate the Android manifest.xml file by adding excessive, meaningless permissions to disrupt analysis tools, and utilize encrypted TCP socket communications to evade network traffic interception. To mitigate these risks, users are advised to exercise caution when downloading applications from unofficial sources, particularly in regions with limited access to official app stores, and to ensure that robust security measures are in place. And we do, by the way, have security available for Android phones and also for Apple phones, but this is specifically addressed to the Android operating system, which would be tied to Android phones and also Android tablets. So the top three, we're going to go over the top three MS Office hacks to be on the lookout for. Hackers are increasingly using Microsoft Office documents to trick users into downloading malware in 2025. These attacks often begin with phishing emails that include Word or Excel files distinguished as legitimate invoices or reports. Once opened, these documents can be exploited, and they can exploit unknown vulnerabilities, which allow malicious code to run without users doing anything else. Another common method is the Follina exploit, which abuses a diagnostic tool in Windows to launch malware just by opening the file, Even though these flaws are not new, many systems remain unpatched, making them easy targets. To stay safe, users should keep Office updated. By the way, you have to have a current version to be updated. Be wary of unexpected attachments and use security tools to detect suspicious files. There's also a VMware vulnerability leading to authentication bypass. So Broadcom has released security updates to address a high severity authentication bypass vulnerability in VMware tools for Windows. This flaw arises from improper access control mechanisms, allows low-privileged local attackers to escalate their privileges within virtual machines running on VMware hypervisors like Workstation, Fusion, and vSphere. So these are some of the threats that are out there. And I know, some of this might be a little bit confusing. You may not understand all of it, but listen, if you need help navigating any of it, making sure that your systems are safe, making sure that your network is safe, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. When you have cybersecurity problems, you need a faster PC.
And we're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can not only hear the show, but also see the show. And when we've described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website of fasterpc.com and clicking on the links. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5. And next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is, Should Florida Eliminate Property Taxes? Part 2. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the links. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.afasterpc.com. Again, that's afasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
This time of year, some people fast certain things, commonly red meat on Fridays. Jesus said that after his death, his disciples would fast, and he didn't limit it to a certain time of the year. Fasting on a regular basis can have a profound impact on your physical and spiritual life. Consider periodically fasting something and spending extra time praying and reading the Bible, and see the positive impacts on your life.
You are listening to a Faster PC radio show, heard every Saturday from 10:05 till 11 o'clock.
All right, so we're going to do a little bonus section just to show you how to update Google Chrome. And so this is we're still streaming. The radio show's over, but we're still streaming. We're gonna go ahead and show you this. In fact, let me get my full screen queued up here. We'll get into that. And what you're going to want to do is actually, in fact, let me get Google Chrome open on my system, and I'll just get to a new tab page. We do, by the way, have managed plans that do include searching for updates. Twice a day, we're looking for updates to Windows and Windows components, Microsoft components. On average, every 4 hours, we're looking to updates to programs like Google Chrome, Firefox, so Zoom, 7-Zip. All of these programs have had 0-day threats in the last year or two, and in fact, they've all had 0-day threats. All of these programs have had 0-day threats in the last year. One of the things that it is important when there is a 0-day threat. What a 0-day threat is, it's a threat that by the time it's discovered, hackers are already exploiting it. So what you want to do is you want to actually make sure that you are protected, make sure that you're installing the latest updates, and we do have software patches that are automated that actually run on a regular basis and actually look for the updates on your system to make sure that your system is protected. So what we're going to do, I'll switch, and if you're interested in that, you can give us a call, 772-878-5978. But I'm going to switch over to full screen. I do have Google Chrome loaded, and one of the things that we'll do here in Google Chrome, and I don't normally use Google Chrome, but when I do use it, and by the way, the reason I don't use it is that Google has made changes to ad blocking. Google sells ads. They want you to view ads. They do not want you to be able to block ads. So what Google does is that we were using uBlock Origin in Google Chrome, in Edge, and also in Firefox. We can still use it in Firefox. Some people might still be able to use it in Edge, but if you're using it in Edge, Edge will be updated because it's based on Chromium. So eventually, what'll happen is it won't work anymore. So really, what we have is uBlock Origin Lite, which does block some ads, but doesn't block as many as uBlock Origin, and this is because Google sells ads. They want you to see ads, and they have prohibited uBlock Origin from running in their browser. But when you open up Google Chrome, it'll actually search for updates, and then when you close it, it will install those updates, and at least on the next reboot. So that's one way to get the updates as well. So what you can do is you can actually go into settings, and you can actually have it check for updates. And we'll just actually search for updates. And okay, so it's not finding that, but we'll go to About Google. Okay, so you see that we have Google is up to date. This is About Google in settings. So let me go through the steps to get to that again. So to get to where you can check your updates, just click on the three dots in the upper right, just below the X, go down to Settings, and then from Settings, you're going to click on About Chrome. That'll be in the lower left-hand corner, and you see it searches and sees whether there's an update available. Mine is up to date, and that's because I'm actually, again, running software, running automation that actually looks for updates to Windows twice a day, updates to Google Chrome, Firefox, and Zoom, and 7-Zip, and some other programs. Adobe Acrobat Reader looks for these updates actually 6 times a day, on average every 4 hours. And if there's an update, it actually downloads that and installs it. And otherwise, again, and we're also looking for updates to Windows security every hour as well. So this is Chrome. You see my Chrome is up to date. If it wasn't, it would give me an option to update it, and then when I would have to close out Chrome and then open it back up again, and it would actually update. But again, Chrome is still not as safe as Firefox. I do use Firefox most of the time, and that's because I can block more ads in Firefox and more malicious sites in Firefox than I can with Google Chrome. And that's why we've been actually encouraging our users, our our customers and our listeners to this show to actually switch over from Chrome or Edge, switch over to Firefox because it still allows more ad blocking. So, hey, you've been listening to a Faster PC live technical support heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour on WPSL 1590 AM. We're also streamed live to Facebook and YouTube, and we have the links to both of those on our website of fasterpc.com. Remember, when you have computer problems, you need a Faster PC.